to Jillian, what has been the most impressive aspect about the team, in your opinion, as of late? Because let's be honest, a little over about actually a week ago, probably about this time a week ago, many of us were still like, oh, this team, they're frustrating us. They weren't getting results. They were still looking for a win. They were struggling to get shutouts, struggling to close out games and put together full 90 minutes. But a lot has happened in the last week when you really think about it. We had of course, the actual 3 exciting wins themselves. We had the emergence of and the addition, I should say, of Sam Aldenaren, who's been great. We've had Kevin Sullivan's debut. We've had hat tricks on hat tricks, and we've had clean sheets, all within the span of a week. That it's flipped, and it's a totally different tune that we're all singing now about the Union. The curse of Union Yards is gone. All the things that we were worrying about is gone. What comes out to you as like the most impressive part of this turnaround for the team?
Yeah, I feel like each game they've been having just a little bit more confidence. They keep building on that confidence, and the communication has been better. And it's just cleaning up some of the little mistakes too, because they'd make some dumb mistakes. And I think, again, it goes back to Andre, I think, just having that better communication there. But, I think that it just starts with that. I mean, that's been the key when you look at it. But it's just that confidence, it just keeps building. And it's like, okay, we got that um, much needed win at home finally too, because I think that was just sitting on them. They were, fragile at home, as Jim said. So I think just getting that out of the way. Okay. So, okay, finally won at home. All right, let's build on that. And actually, I think, you look back to starting at the draw against Red Bull at home too. It finally wasn't a
Mhm.
loss. So I think it kind of started there. But then, yeah, getting Andre back, and now they had a clean sheet, which I think they can just keep building on that as well.
Yeah, that's a great point, because that Wednesday, and actually it was 2 Wednesdays ago, not last Wednesday, because I forgot about the weeks just fly by and overlap. But
Right.
when you look at that when you look at that game, and even as you mentioned, the Red Bull game, to have a chance to walk off the pitch feeling good, I think was the first step. Of course, a win helps you feel even better when you're leaving the game. But we've been just seeing so many games this season that the Union have either given up an early goal or two, or given
Mhm.
up a late goal or two, and now you're finding yourself chasing. Instead of it
Mhm.
being a down in the wire 0-0, 1-0 game, you're down 2-0 and chasing, or you give up 2 late goals. And so that's very deflating and very defeating when you're in a game and then immediately it goes from a tied game, or the Union winning a game, and now
Mhm.
you're down 3-2 after being up 3-1. So I think the swings of how drastically they were giving up goals probably is one of the biggest things that I looked at. Like when you look at that New England game that was 2 Wednesdays ago,
Right.
not this past Wednesday, the Wednesday before, and you look at them giving up a goal, and then immediately Ty Baribo comes back and scores,
Mhm.
and it makes it 4-1 again. Those are the types of things that we haven't seen from them. Typically, over the past years, they've responded well. But this season, this team has struggled with that adversity. And I know and feel like a huge part of that is a guy like Andre Blake that allows you to, okay, we made a mistake, let's move on. We can't let it snowball. We can't let it continue. So I think for me, it's really the fact that this team has been a little bit more resilient. We've seen even Nashville, they had the play, was it the 85th minute? Ball hits the crossbar, and then
Mhm.
Danny comes down and scores. Like, these are game-changing, huge momentum swinging plays that the Union are now on the correct side of, versus allowing that momentum to swing and snowball, and now the game is out of hand. So I love the way they're kind of getting back to that resilience, that fight, and just being yellow cards, whatever happens, to handle the adversity and continue playing great soccer.
Yeah, absolutely. Seeing them answer back, because how many times has it been like, oh, the Union give up a goal, and then all of a sudden they're feeling defeated and they give up another one. Just like it just seems to snowball. Chicago, I'd like to wipe that one from my mind. Also Montreal, I was in Montreal for that game. That was crushing. But the yeah, to turn around and move on and actually answer back, and also not give up those late goals, because watching the game on Saturday and it's getting late in the game and I'm like just sweating it out. Like, are they going to give up a late goal? Are they going to give up a late goal? We've been there, done that so many times. And thankfully they didn't. No, they fought hard to the end and kept the clean sheet. So that was huge. And personally, I didn't want to have to go to penalty kicks. Don't need that stress. So it was good that, yeah, they were able to turn it around and play way more confidently.
Yeah, I think we all have a little PTSD. It's been it's been a very rough stretch of the season of like the game. And yeah, Montreal's a really, really sadly good example. Chicago as well of like the emotional roller coaster. And we feel it watching the game, being on the pitch. You cannot have game after game after game like that. It mentally is just as draining as it is physically. To be up and excited and cheering, and in the next moment you're like, oh, and we just gave up a goal. And now it's a second goal. Just you cannot have those big swings, especially giving up goals. And so it's nice to see the Union are continuing to figure things out, honestly.